Friday nights on Joy 99.7 FM.
Joy 99.7 FM.
And that's exactly what we are doing. Thank you for staying with us. Ghana Connect was good, it was heated, it was democratic, as Evans Mensah tried to do. And they're back next week with more. I'm Gary Al Smith, and we are trying to keep the discussion a bit easy. We understand there's a lot of traffic on the University of Ghana and around those parts because of the congregation. If you're using that route, you might want to use a detour or something like that. But if you are in it, well, we'll be having a very light-hearted discussion of sporting issues from now until 8:30. This is the Joy First Take. The time where we look at what Kwesi Appiah has been saying. Interestingly, after the Black Stars won yesterday, he was asked what his thoughts on what the win did for his prospects as Black Stars coach. Remember, his contract is due to expire at the end of the year, and he said that he will need more time to make the Black Stars better. I'm telling you, I kid you not. Kwesi Appiah has had 2 stints. He's had 47 matches. Still says he needs more time to make the team better. Tell me what you think. I'd like to know. But quite apart from that, if you look at the makeup of the team yesterday, you could tell that there was a lot of new blood, an injection of fresh blood in there, and it raises the question, what happens then to the so-called old guard? Should we transition? Should we let them go? Or, of course, we need the backbone of experience in there. We'll be looking at that too. You want a Samoa Jet back? Do you want the baby jet back? I know that's a touchy topic. Let's know. Hans, you say what?
Huh? What is happening?
How about we then?
It's not what you bore me there. I don't have.
How about we?
I don't have tenki.
Do you want a Samoa Jet back? I tell you. Oh, should we move on as the song says?
Which one?
Or should we move on? Hans wants to fire, but yeah, the guys are also here. George, Ado Jr., and Benedict. They were in Cape Coast. And Benedict, I think, spoke to one of the fans yesterday. And when she was asked about the performance of the team, Charlie, Hans, she said, I'll play for you what she thought of the Black Stars and their performance. But this is the Joy First Take. We like to keep it light-hearted. Let's know what you really thought about yesterday's performance and what we should do going forward, Siki Akono and the reaction from Ghanaians. Hey, when I went onto Facebook and Twitter, Hans, can you believe? I saw people ascribing the win to Siki Akono. Ghana people, they said Siki Akono was animated on the touchline, so he's the real coach of the team. Oh, you should shame people. Charlie Sonway.
Yes. I was actually hearing it also yesterday.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how we welcome you to the show. Let's hear the reaction of the fans first. And what they thought. It was in Cape Coast, 16,000 people. George will tell us about those who were watching the game from outside the stadium on trees and stuff like that with natural air conditioning. But first, reaction from the fans. There's something I want you to hear in particular.
First time Black Stars playing Cape Coast and looking at the performance, what happened in Egypt just recently in Africa, it was unprecedented because the support was so.
It was a wonderful game. Looking at the support, I'm looking at from the supporters' point of view. And I must say that I believe that football is coming back and football has come back again.
It was good. I like it. And the players who made their debuts did so well.
And football has come back again.
It was good. I like it. And the players who made their debuts did so well. And I like it. It was good. I like it. And the players who made their debuts did so well. And I love it.
They did their what? Hans, also they did their what?
Debut.
Okay.
come back again.
It was good. I like it. And the players who made their debuts did so well. And I love it. Oh, it was huge. It was massive. Indeed, they have brought back the love. And we hope it continues. They should win their game on Monday. And then we'll bring back the love again.
Nice one. So this is the Joy First Thing. I mean, light-hearted discussion. It's not serious. We are not, mocking anybody. Just having a bit of a downtime. Benedict is here with his 2 CD cap. I don't even know what that was. Yesterday, when 2 hours to the game, I think we interviewed Benedict on television. He was live, and I saw him wearing his cap. Written 2 CD. Are you advertising for somebody? Maybe you're partying on or something like that.
Charlie,
CD made it.
myself, I don't even know the guy.
I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah, it
2
was a
CD.
gift. It was a gift from Oti.
Oh,
So
okay.
Oti has one just as this, but this is blue black.
2
This
CD.
is black.
Which I know a lot of which one?
Michael.
Oh, Apache.
Oh, I beg.
Michael, let's get better soon, Charlie. These days they call him AKA. He got himself injured, an ankle injury or something like that. He's not a footballer too. He went to get himself an ankle injury, and he refers to himself deprecatingly as Apache. But yeah. We hear it's an anterior cruciate ligament injury plus an ankle injury, so he's out for 6 months. We'll find it soon. Anyway, guys, to the meat of the matter. Benedict, welcome back from Cape Coast.
Thank you.
You
thank
slept
you,
in
thank
Cape Coast, right?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did.
You slept well?
He slept well.
Oh yeah, I slept very
Near
well.
the beach.
Slept by the beach?
No.
Oh.
I don't know Cape Coast that well, so
Okay.
yeah. Anytime I go, I think this is my very first time sleeping in Cape Coast. I always come back.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was.
You still wanted to come?
Oh, of course. Why not? I don't live in
Okay.
Cape Coast. I live in Accra. So
Right.
why would I want to?
Charlie, they said the stadium was oversubscribed.
This is the second time. This is the second time I've seen, the stadium
Yeah.
full to capacity. The first was when it was inaugurated. You remember former President John Mahama when we had a friendly.
Was it inaugurated by?
Yeah, it was
Oh, Professor
inaugurated by.
Mills?
No, it wasn't Professor Mills. It was former President John Mahama.
Okay.
I remember very well. Neil Antivander Poy was sports minister then.
Yeah. I remember.
And we played a friendly. It was
With
the
China.
China was the Black Starlights. They played a friendly with China, and the stadium was full to the brim. And that was the first time they actually outdoored the stadium. So almost everybody in Cape Coast, the people around Cape Coast, the Mankesim, everywhere, they all came, and that number was huge. I had the opportunity to be on the pitch itself, so I could go around and see everywhere. I mean, Gary, every seat was taken. People were even standing. There was a neem tree stand, just as we saw yesterday. So yesterday actually was, let's say, the second time that the stadium was filled to
but
capacity.
if
to the
I
extent that
recall
we were
correctly, Wafu final.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Waffle final. But
Yeah,
at least the
the
Waffle
Waffle
final
games.
wasn't like the first time
Yeah.
the stadium was inaugurated and yesterday. I mean, the game against Egypt as well. Our last game against Egypt for the last World Cup qualifier, people came, but yes, the stadium was full to
It
capacity,
wasn't
but
as-
it
yeah.
wasn't as yesterday.
I mean, I saw a couple of pictures of
to the extent
a
that we
few
were even
experts.
asking if it was safe.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it was
yes,
safe
yes.
because
you,
at the
you saw the
point,
pictures.
yeah, at the point, right in front of us, where were
Some
running
people had
from-
tickets and didn't have seats.
from commentary position. You could see people trying to even jump.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was that serious. It was that serious.
And they said the love is back,
Well,
or the love never really went away, or people just put it on hold.
the love there. The love has always been there.
Yeah.
The love has always been there. It's just the things that we've talked about so many times here.
Essentially, people were pissed.
Exactly. The love there. It is never. The love is always there. And Andrea, you mentioned the last time when we had a chat with him. He says, Charlie, we love our game. We love football. It's not just our Black Stars. I mean, if any national team, even the local teams, if had to focus on Kotoko, if they are playing and playing well, Charlie, you think people will not go to the stadium to see them? They will. You think people will not talk about it? Even when they are not doing well, people are talking about it. You understand? So the love has always been there. It's just some few things that we failed to do over the years that possibly makes us say, oh, the love there is gone. The love, it never went anywhere. It is always there. If we win and get a cup, you see the number of people that will come to this street and start showing Jama. You see.
I know.
The love there is always there.
Anyway, I mean, so you were there, you and George. George, welcome back also.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
up? What's
What time did you guys set up? What time did you set up? What time did you guys leave?
Oh my god. That one is okay, George. I beg.
George, what time did you leave Cape?
Yeah.
The most important thing is that
You are here.
But the
We
most
are
important thing is, because
Oh no, listeners.
that's the most important thing.
I
We
know
are here.
George and I know Benedict.
Yeah.
Me, I just asked an innocent question.
That's when did we
Did you
settle?
sleep in Cape Coast? Yes.
Oh,
What
good.
time did you leave Cape Coast and what time did you get
And
to
he's
Accra?
went to. Why do you want the details?
We are here.
We have come.
That's the most important thing.
These boys.
Yesterday we were there. Today we are here.
Oh my God!
You are here in time for the
But
show.
but it was nice.
Yeah.
It was good.
But
Yeah.
the vibe, I mean, we could feel it even from here. I was behind the console by this time yesterday. We're
Yeah.
20 minutes into the game. And, you know, Charlie, the vibe was. I
It-
envied you guys.
It was good. Yeah, you had to be there because had a kind of asking for your whereabouts or where you were. Why? And we said, you're on. Why don't you listen to Joy FM and do it? I think the trick was that your ATL did their own commentary.
Yeah.
So the Cape Coast guys were cut off. For a side that we had guys who were listening in the stadium with us, listening from online, via online and all of that. But it was generally very, very good. Charlie, it was like, the thing about is it Casford and ATL,
It's serious,
Charlie.
eh?
Atlantic Hall, University of Cape Coast. My
amazing.
God, what's that?
It was
Charlie,
something else.
that was a different level. We didn't have the secondary or the senior high secondary schools coming in there.
Yeah,
to
some
work.
of them
Hey,
came.
Charlie, but yeah, because you guys need to tell me because like the green guys down there, I don't know what Zopoku, but they were really, really singing, and I'm like, this is senior high.
That can be Poco.
No, I mean,
No,
I'm like their colors were
colours,
like,
the
the colors. I don't
Okay.
mean they are.
Yeah, sure.
They can be, of course, but I mean, and they were really, really singing, and it was good. The atmosphere was so great.
But you,
And-
George,
and the
you
game
do,
changer
you
was
feel
on.
say you be some dope commentator. Now, we want to do something. This is how George called the goals. We want to tell George that some people did it better than he did. So this is how he called the goals from Thomas Partey the 36th minute and Kudus Mohammed on the 80th. And then we juxtapose it with something. I would like you to let me know which commentator did it better.
Gideon Mensah straight to the chest of Jordan Ayew. Lovely turn. Puts it on the right hand side. On his right foot. Sends it to Thomas Partey. To Sean. From Atletico Madrid gets the goal. The blue touch paper is well and truly. 1 goal to nil. Drill the shot from 23 yards. Is here. And I have the ball. It's Kudus Mohammed. Kudus with the ball. Still keeps on the left foot. To get your debut goal. Kudus Mohammed with the goal. Lead by 2 goals to nil here. But Kudus.
Joy 99.7.
Simple question. Who did it better? Hans, please be objective. It is not because you know George Ado Jr. Be objective. Who
I mean,
did it
I'm
better?
voting for the Senegalese commentator.
Hans, who did it better?
But I have a better commentator.
Maybe who?
My own Kuntu Blanks. You
Oh,
know Kuntu Blanks.
no, give me.
Oh, okay, Gary. I think I got this. I didn't know it.
What?
The green guys were the monkeys from Ogwa Hall.
Oh, okay. We just
Hey,
got a text message.
Yes,
All
yes.
right, so send us your text message. I forgot to announce the
the
line.
charging was bad.
0244340437. I mean, we are having a light-hearted discussion.
Sorry, that's your hall.
on yesterday's game.
That's Selwyn's hall.
Selwyn
The green guys.
Selwyn Ofori, who is streaming this live on Facebook, says he's a monkey as well, right?
Yeah, Charlie. No, the monkeys were Charlie. They did the job, man.
Hans, you were saying Kuntu Blanks' commentary is better than George and the Senegalese.
Oh, by far.
Can you give us a sample?
Don't go there.
No, give me tell us the story
You know,
about the
those
choice.
from the west side are familiar with Uncle Kuntu. That's how we call him. Yeah. He I remember there is a famous line. It has to do with, okay, so it was like Ghana Black Stars, Obesha Nana India, oh, Dabi, Ghana Black Stars go scoring. Hey, Benedict, don't question.
The man from Atletico Madrid gets the goal. The blue
Attention, Annagotamata Yutu, qui récupère le ballon sur le pied de Kushonda. Kushonda pour Karina Kusili, Kusili pour Musining Ninkin.
All right, so a couple of comments already coming in about the game and about the commentary. Let's get into the meat of the matter, into some serious business, guys.
Who are the monkeys?
Oguaho.
There are monkeys here. Be serious.
Yeah. Why?
We should have seen the way they were charging.
So 0244
maybe someone should tell us about the monkeys more.
Yeah.
About why monkeys?
0244
It's a guy. Hey, the monkeys are coming on. Okay, monkeys.
Oh wow, we are getting
0244 340437.
George,
all the monkeys.
Read a couple of them. This is from I think Holland. +4 now is Germany.
What says Gary? I am a monkey, and kudos to the Black Stars because kudos scored. Now we need to keep the momentum going forward. Michael Che Ajekum, University of Bremen, and he's a monkey.
Germany.
And he's
wow.
Please.
From Ogua to Germany.
Quiet.
We a big man.
Hey, monkeys. Charlie, all the monkeys. Charge.
But I'm actually feeling the monkeys. You know.
It is, but Lawrence Daniels.
Lawrence Daniel too said he's a monkey.
Yes.
He said the green guys were the monkeys from Oguaho UCC. He says he's a proud monkey.
Then we are hard guys.
I beg, boss.
Hard
if you be monkey, just.
I mean, I saw videos of their charging on social media.
Hard guys.
Incredible.
Hard guys.
So this is a question that we are going to treat. This one says, is there any news on the pitch invader? Yes, there is news on the pitch invader. He says, I heard he will be processed for court. Yes. We'll talk about it pretty shortly. It's one of the main things we'll speak about on the show today. So George and Benedict, because you guys are bringing your money here, we know what we saw on TV. What did you see there, Benedict, about the pitch invader? Or the streaker, as the bourgeois people call it.
Well, I think it was around 75 minutes.
75.
Yeah, when it was lit at the stadium, you could see the fans were on their feet cheering the team. And then all of a sudden I saw this very unfamiliar person, because, you know, we were all players from Ghana were in an all white outfit with the South Africans in an all yellow outfit. And then all I saw was some man running like, you know, Usain Bolt. And where it caught my attention was when the fire service man fell. And then you know what?
No, you have to narrate the thing properly.
Yeah, that's what
he was being chased by a policeman.
Okay, so
a fire service person.
I'm talking about when I saw the action, because what I was watching, I think the ball was around the Ghana area, so that's where my mind was. So I just heard people screaming. Well, the ball was just with the goalkeeper. I'm like, what's happening? And then I turned and I realized that
some action was happening.
Somebody was chasing somebody and the man fell, and then it became like we had even scored the third goal.
I know, man.
So we were on our feet and we're cheering the man. We're cheering the pitch invader.
Yeah.
Sorry. And finally.
Oh, you were cheering the pitch invader.
Of course.
You were aiding and abetting.
The thing, but you see, it went. You see, already the fans were happy, so they were making noise enough. That when the guy go onto the pitch, they were like, "Hey!" And especially when the man fell, the fire service guy fell. We're like,
that was when everything, you know, changed. It was something else. I mean, I for once didn't want him to stop.
Oh yeah.
I actually wanted him to go around the pitch.
Wasn't bad. But he was tired.
No, but I like
the guy wasn't tired.
I wasn't tired.
It was the two black players that stopped him. He wasn't tired.
He was going to continue.
There was no way.
They stopped him, and it looked like they were going to help him to take the selfies.
Yeah, they actually stopped him, just like what Cristiano Ronaldo normally does. Will stop and
I let it happen in the Portugal game yesterday or 2 days ago.
You know, will stop and embrace you, and at times will even tell the security to, you know, hold on for him to embrace you before. And I think that's what they wanted to do, and then they came and took him away. And you could see the number of police officers, security officials that, you know, came around the guy and took him away. It was a nice scene, but of course it's something that we should also guard against and speak against. It's not something we should encourage, although yes, it brought something very nice. I saw on social media, it wasn't just about the beautiful play, it wasn't just about the wonderful goals that the boys scored. The talk was about the pitch invader. I mean, some Chelsea fans were very excited that yes, Chelsea.
He was in a Chelsea shirt.
Absolutely. I mean, others are also talking about his run and how he made the atmosphere, you know, so excited and all that. But I think that's, yes, going forward, we shouldn't condone certain things.
All right, so what we know about him is he's 25 years. He's a student of nursing and he's just gained national prominence. There's a story on myjoyonline.com and the heading is Ghanaians divided over whether Ghana-South Africa pitch invader should be punished. It's essentially a sampling of views about this guy whose nickname is London. Spelled London. You know. His nickname is London. He's a student at the Nalerigu College of Nursing in the Northern Region.
Sure.
Now, before Ghana played in this qualifier, Awal had challenged his friends to a dare that if the Black Stars won 2-0, he would do something outrageous.
Oh, no.
So once the goals had gone in, this guy had to show his scratchy powers. And he did. He jumped onto the pitch, and as we now know, he was a former 400-meter athlete in his Palm Senior, which explains why he was so good.
No wonder.
Yes. Akwani Janiro.
Then the guy wasn't stopping soon.
No wonder. There was
400 meters he was going around.
You know the part
he did like 200.
excited me.
Hard guy.
Where?
He was outrunning and the change of pace.
Relax.
As a baton.
You know what he does to them?
What?
So he run and gets to a point on the field and he sees another one. Then he changes direction. They all come following. And then he's another policeman. He changes direction and then they couldn't keep up.
As a toys.
Charlie. And they couldn't keep up. And,
I want to know.
And at the point I was wondering, really, that this are men from the Ghana Police Service. Charlie.
If a pitch invader can outrun you like this.
A pitch invader can outrun you like some Christmas chicken where you won't catch and kill him.
No, the guy is fast.
Then what happens?
The guy is fast, an athlete. Too.
And then, let me not, single out the Ghana policemen.
Yeah.
There was a fire service. There were UCC guys.
The fire service actually fell, which was even worse.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think earlier you asked me about whether what should be done to him or how this should be handled.
Yeah.
I think the police should do their job to the extent that the Constitution allows them. The reason I'm saying this is that if they don't, years from now we are going to refer to this particular incident, and we are going to go heavy on the police for failing to do their job. So the police should do their job and leave it in the hands of the judge. I'm hoping, I don't know what the law says on these charges, but I'm hoping that the judge is going to look at this young guy and probably let him off with a caution, to be of better behavior next time.
Right.
But I don't think that we should just sweep it under the carpet as if nothing has been done, as if nothing wrong has been done.
Well,
wrong has been done.
My worry is this is my worry. How are we viewing this?
I don't understand your question.
No. Yeah, how are we viewing this one? The guy has erred, but he erred under a circumstance. We can have another look at this. Really, Charlie, we are bringing back the love. And the love is overflowing now onto the pitch. The guy, and this is my like
press down, shaking together,
running over. The guy is a proper fan of the Black Stars
in a Chelsea shirt.
Oh, don't worry about that one. But the Black Stars, the Black Stars jersey, Ben, how much is it? It's expensive.
It's expensive, yeah.
A correct one.
Yeah.
So you just say.
Why is that the correct one? Are they uncorrect one?
Yes, some uncorrect one. Just be careful. Gary, the guy is like a bet with his friends. If the Black Stars score 2, they die, they mad. So let's think about it from the fan.
Just imagine. It wasn't just about the goals. Look at the performance too.
Charlie, the boys they play. Say, the man, I will do something. When you go tell your boys, say, Charlie, you go do something. In fact, the guy didn't even declare that I will go on the pitch, but if I do something. So he realized that
the spirit
entered him, and he realized that this policeman make loose for there. But if your wardens were there and were very wild, or he realized no, the place be loose. But remember,
you've raised a very serious issue. Right?
Because what the guy, if you look at it well, and from those who were watching from that side of the pitch, look, he made the jump first, and then started sprinting. So there was space to make the jump, and he got there. The thing is free. Then,
if my memory serves me, I think this is the very first time
you're witnessing something. It's the first time we are. I'm not sure we have a policy document on it.
Yeah, what happened to the pitch invader during the Liverpool-Tottenham Hotspur game?
I think I saw a story like that. So as it turned out, she was doing an ad for her boyfriend or her husband's website. I think it was a porn website.
Well, apparently, what I also read was that it is nothing new to her and the boyfriend.
Yes,
And
it's
that
something they do.
Yeah, they
So
do.
that's-
They do that.
There are those who do it for a living. Yes.
But you see,
and
yeah,
some have
yeah,
stadium
yeah, I'm
bans
coming. So I'm just asking. Do we know what happened to him? Was she prosecuted?
to her.
Because what I know and what I saw on the internet was after that moment, she actually posted a picture of her on Instagram
yeah,
where
sure.
she received a lot of comments. Even I think some of the players commented.
She got millions of followers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? And I just want us to look at this situation. Look at where these things keep happening. You understand? In the English Premier League, in Champions League matches, at World Cup, it keeps happening. What did they do to these players, these people? Did they prosecute them? You understand? In our case, this is the very first time it's happening. And let's look at the circumstance, the situation, the moment, as George mentioned. You understand? Yes, he has erred. All right, fine. I mean, you take him to custody. I think that the police, you are doing your job. Fantastic. I'm not saying you shouldn't do your job. You are doing your job. What you've done to the gentleman is enough to serve as a deterrent
Because he slept.
to others.
He slept at the station yesterday.
Yesterday. It's enough.
Really?
I mean, yes, the fun. Let's look at it that way. And the message is clear. Because I listened to that interview, granted, to the regional police commander.
Paul Awini, the regional police
Yes, Paul
commander.
Awini.
He
Paul
spoke
Awini.
to Richard Kodunya.
Okay, yes, great.
Absolutely. Which he mentioned that it's not like they want to let go of the man and not let it look like tomorrow we won't get people repeating the same thing. That is done. The message is out there. But let's just look at the situation and Charlie. Yeah.
You know, I think that, you see, it's, and Hans were talking about this before we came on air. We're looking at the pros and cons and how we should approach the topic before coming on air. And Hans was making a point. So Hans was saying that to the extent that the laws must work. But also, if you listen to Paul Awini, we don't want to play it because, let's just recap what he said. Essentially, he said that one, because this is Cape Coast Stadium and the vibe around the Black Stars was so good, it is very likely that another Black Stars game will come. Now, having been regional commander for the Cape Coast area for as long as he has, he knows that there are people who will be emboldened by this young man, Awal Suleiman. And if another Ghana game should come there, somebody would want to outdo him. So to that extent, they want the laws to work, take him to court. If the court officially decides that we are going to slap him, with something small, a fine and a warning or something like that, then they would have done their job. But the message will be out there that this is not acceptable.
Absolutely.
I
think for me, this is how I view it. It's like a player, yes, I mean, the euphoria, the excitement and all of it may have gotten into his head. But it's like a player who knows very well that if you score and you take off your shirt, you are going to get a card.
But he will do it anyway.
But he scores, it's a screamer. It probably sends his team to the final of a major tournament or wins a major tournament. He takes off his shirt anyway and bears the brunt. For me, I think there's a slippery slope if we say that this guy should be allowed to walk just like that.
No.
It shouldn't happen.
Sure.
Let the law work. Let him get a very good lawyer. Let a lawyer go and probably plead with a judge that I think this probably a misdemeanor if
But
I'm not
the
wrong.
players know the consequences of taking their shirt off.
Of
But
course,
this gentleman, I'm not sure he
does.
Oh, I'm sure.
No.
Oh, how?
Well, ignorance of the law is no excuse, is it?
No, it's not. I'm not saying
Absolutely.
it is.
So-
But I'm just
so-
just the scenario you are giving. I'm saying that the players know very well that if you take your shirt off,
You'll be punished.
you'll be punished.
Benedict,
But this gentleman, I'm not sure.
You referenced.
I'm not sure he knows.
I think he knows. You referenced. Yes. I'm telling you why I think. I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why I
Because the
think he
players-
knows.
No, then don't do that. Don't compare
I'm
the
coming.
two.
Well, I
Because
mean,
if you are saying the players, you don't think
first
they know
of
because
all-
they know.
first
But don't
of
say
all-
you think the gentleman.
first
knows.
of all-
so he should know.
First of all, ignorance of the law is no excuse. He should know.
That it's
That's first.
What was it again? I think disorderly conduct.
Exactly.
Disorder or
And
something.
Because
what happens
because
to
hold
invaders?
it, hold it.
No, if
Because
you should know what happens.
oh,
Do you know?
then why do we chase them when they
Oh
invade the
no,
pitch?
relax.
No,
I understand what you're saying.
Let
No,
him
but I just
make his point.
No, it's just the
I'll
situation.
give you an
No,
answer.
I'm coming.
I will give you an answer.
I'm coming, Gary. It's just the situation we are comparing here. If you are comparing that of players, that if you should take your shirt off, that's an offense, and that it attracts what? A card.
Yeah.
This man, if he should go on the pitch, what's the punishment? Do we know?
We do. There is a charge. He's been charged, has he not?
He will
Is that the
Exactly.
punishment?
Yeah.
There is a charge.
Charge and it gets to what?
It goes to court. then you have
so
to
what
go
you
argue
do
in
until
court.
today? Did
Let
you
me
know
read what is
Of
on
course, I know.
my jaw
okay.
line.
All right.
Now the Central Regional Police Commander, CO people are winning, told Joy News that they will take him through the legal processes to serve as a deterrent and also protect the country's image in terms of security. And it goes on to say that the Central Regional Police Commander told Joy News that they cannot allow Mr. Sulemana to go free, and that it is likely that a disorderly conduct charge will be preferred.
That's it. So my point is this: he knew it was wrong,
and he has been given a police inquiry bail.
Okay,
a police inquiry bail.
He did it anyway. That's why I liken it to a player who takes his shirt off after scoring a goal. Let the law work. George was making a point. How the police didn't pick up this guy before he got onto the pitch in itself is an issue, because we probably would have had a massive diplomatic situation on our hands had it been somebody who went in there and probably, slapped the South African player or caused any South African player harm. You understand me? And so
I can read a comment to that effect on our Facebook.
Interesting
absolutely. So for me, to the extent, that's very important, to the extent that years from now, if you allow this guy to walk, we'll come back to this discussion and reference this particular incident and deal with the police. Me specifically, I won't forgive the police if this thing happens again.
But
I will reference
one. It's an interesting one.
So let's allow the guy to go through the legal processes. There's a charge within the laws of Ghana for conduct like this. Let him go to court, and I'm hoping and praying that a judge is probably going to be lenient. And again, it comes down to, and I was telling you, the issue about non-custodial sentences that has to be enshrined in our constitution for conduct like this. Maybe there are some gutters in Cape Coast that we could let you see, but I'm just like that, without necessarily doing jail time.
You see, Hans,
but let the law work. Fundamentally, the law must work.
Yeah, but there are two things here, and the fact that the law is going to work on this guy does not even necessarily guarantee that it won't happen again.
It doesn't mean it shouldn't work.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying the fact that the law would work on this guy, if it does work, if we take him and we sentence him and blah blah blah, you crucify him and it's done. It does not even mean that
it won't happen.
It won't happen again. No, that's one.
Yeah.
But
number two,
it will be a good deterrent.
The deterrent is there. The deterrent, we know the deterrent.
Yeah.
I mean, take him to court, do everything. It will be a deterrent. But I'm saying that the mechanics are very, very interesting. Even for the police, I was just thinking back again. I'm saying that even for the police, it's also difficult for them to know when the guy is going to actually do the thing. So you see that even in Liverpool, like even in Liverpool and all the places in Germany, because you don't know when the guy is going to strike.
You only come to your attention when he's on the pitch.
And it's difficult. So let's look at it, but let's find out. It's difficult.
I don't know in the Western world.
If you had a chat with kids, like
watching the fans,
this is difficult.
Still, they get onto
but the other side also is this.
Difficult.
Let's assume that we allow this guy to walk. Do we allow the next person also to walk, and the next person also to walk? There is a. We know in this country we've got serious issues with hooliganism. You understand me? And I posted something on Facebook and referenced an incident in Second D, I think about 3-4 years ago, where a fan moves from the stands, walks to a team's bench and slaps the coach.
That's security collapse, totally.
you understand me?
No,
and that is where I have to tie it in with the police commander's authority.
On which pitch? On which pitch? I don't think I said
that.
On which pitch? On which pitch though?
At Second D, at the Sipon Stadium.
A Sipon Stadium.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
That's serious.
And that was well. Let me not sound sexist, but you don't expect women to be. That was actually a woman. A female supporter.
I think I know who you mean.
Exactly. Minabedu.
Yeah, Minabedu.
You understand? One. So it ties into what the commander is saying.
I understand the commander, but the thing that you see, Charlie,
if we allow this guy, and that's a question for Benedict.
Boys.
If we allow this guy to walk,
while I let you banter,
can I?
Yes, 0244340437. Awal Suleiman, as we speak right now, we understand he's in the grips of the police. His sleeping place has been changed. For 2 days.
My first thinking yesterday, this guy's ears will suffer.
That's what
because I.
So let's know what you think should be done to this young man. We acknowledge officially on this show that he breached the law. As we in all our senior high schools, a breach of common sense is a breach of school rules. You see, a breach of school rules is a breach of Ghana's. I mean, this one, you don't need to be told that. Benedict is here referencing that he didn't know. Benedict, come on. There's no way on this earth he would. You can tell me that Awal did not know.
That if he gets onto the pitch, he'll be arrested.
No, it is a wrong of some kind. Let's start from there.
No, as for
whether
that,
it will be arrest or something.
No,
but he knew it was wrong.
No, see.
So he thought,
He's
like,
not, I'm coming. He's not a player, right? He's
Yes,
not a player.
fine.
He's not a player, and he knows very well
Yes.
that going on the pitch
Yes.
when players are on,
Yes.
even when players are not on, you're not even allowed to go on
Good.
the pitch. That is wrong.
yes.
But as to whether
He'll
he
be
knew
arrested.
that he was going to be arrested, that I'm
Maybe
not
he
sure
did not
knew.
know. Yes, but he should have known.
But he knew it was wrong.
He should have known that something.
Charlie, you see,
Fantastic.
But even
That's
journalists,
fundamental.
guys, see, journalists, even when players are on the pitch, can you go on the pitch?
No, you can't.
Even when the match is over, can you go on the pitch and interview
Because
players?
so why did you do
can't.
that?
It's okay. Charlie,
You see,
All right.
the boy
So
makes
I would like to hear your
But
thoughts.
see, guys,
bring back the
you
law.
know, guy,
Bring back the law.
guy,
0244340437. I know my guys in the studio. If I don't announce the numbers, they are not going to let me do it. 0244340437. So this is what we are going to do. George and Benedict are still going at it. They are not letting me talk. George Benedict.
The law.
George Benedict.
Bring back the law.
George Benedict, please.
Please,
Let's have some
this is-
order in the studio.
This is love for
Let's
Andrea.
have some
You.
order in the studio.
Did you was? Did you see the you?
But the boy behind you want
Like,
yourself.
there is oh my boy.
Anyway, this comment on WhatsApp says, Gary, I think Kwesi Appiah should be retained to manage this new crop of players who are willing to die for the nation. This is from Perry from Japan. Perry, I respect you, pa. You always send comments onto our Champions League programs. Joyce Bosling. Perry, I like you, pa, but this one I do agree with you. Okay, this one also says, Gareth, I think Coach Appiah deserves more time. By the way, I just saw that the Black Stars bus is at Atomic. Oh, are they? Yes, they are in town. The Black Stars actually trained in Medina today.
There's a new AstroTurf there. You know
Yes.
the pitch we're going to play on in Sao Tome is an AstroTurf. So
Yeah.
today they went there to train.
Yeah,
So
so
it's not
the
like
Black
it's sorry.
Stars-
So you
Actually
guys
want
are
to-
finally coming home from Medina. It's a celebratory cup.
So if you saw them at Atomic, yes, it
Yeah,
was
they
the
went
Black
to
Stars
train,
you
yeah,
saw.
at Medina.
And before I go on, I love the fact that the Black Stars are being seen everywhere.
Yeah, that's what they need. to do.
They are behaving like the people's team now.
Yes.
It's been only 4 days. They went to Mankasim, they went to Winneba, they stopped over. They went to Casfor, they went to ATL. If they went to Casfor, they didn't go to ATL or vice versa.
They went to Mankasim.
And come back, Shiro.
They went to Mankasim. They went to Winneba. Yeah. So now from
And now they are
Medina.
Medina.
Yeah. So Kurt, good evening
They
from
have to go to
Medina.
Ashali Boche.
Ashali Boche, we are waiting for you. No, but Kurt knows Ashali Boche. Kurt, you know what? From Medina, Ashali Boche.
Boche back. Anyway,
Sakura Park.
more comments coming. And this one says, Gary, I think Kwesi Appiah should be retained to manage this new crop of players who are willing to die for the country. But my worry about Appiah is the experiment he had been making, changing his team every now and then. He should concentrate on his players, play them together for a couple of games at times, and we will be getting the results we are all looking for. This is from Perry Gibson in Japan. Well done, boys, for making us happy last night. Well, Kwesi Appiah, I think he was asked yesterday about
You have
this
more
question.
messages, Gary.
I'm coming. Kwesi Appiah says that his job is to find good players, but sometimes when he brings the players don't perform. He says it there, he brings the players, but the players sometimes
Don't
don't.
perform.
Perry from Japan says that to stop that thing, if you get a few players, just use them consistently and get the results. Please give me more comments. Malo from Istanbul in Turkey says, I think the Black Stars did very well, and the new players need to be given more chances to prove their worth. And as for the love, it was put on hold and it's coming back. Interesting. More comments coming in. 0244-340437. George.
Game
I've told you
changer,
to press
game
the right
changer,
time. The right
game
time.
changer.
No, not that. Okay, people, George still doesn't know how to use this. Look at the
Game
bottom
changer,
right.
game changer.
The bottom right,
what do you mean?
there are 2 arrows
Game
there.
changer,
Yes.
game changer, game changer.
Godwin from North Kanishi says, Gary, as usual, Friday nights are never the same without you guys. Thank you for listening. He says, I think it's a total security lapse at the stadium. I saw a video of loads of people scaling the walls to enter the stadium to watch the match
After the game.
free. Where was the security? On the match proper, never again should we allow bench warmers in Europe to get near our national teams. We all saw the informed players in Europe put up a majestic show, and what can I say about Kudos goal? What about Kudos goal? It was great. He says, Godwin from North Kanishi. George,
See,
more comments coming in.
Yeah, that was a fantastic point. You will get to the Black Stars itself,
Yeah, we'll come
so no problem.
This one says, on what charge will the police prosecute him? They should just caution him and let him go. You know.
Curtis below.
Yeah, that's Curtis. According to the Central Regional Police, you know, because the misdemeanor charge, the Public Order Act or something like that, means that he should be taken to court and then the court to decide whatever penalty unit will be given or all that. So that's what is going to be done.
Okay, so I understand he's being charged with unlawful entry and offensive character.
That's it.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
that's
the
not what the
charge.
policeman said, but maybe something else has been said. All right, Ajiman Joseph from Community 9 Tema says, good evening, guys. The performance of the Stars yesterday reminds me of the team that beat Nigeria 4-0 in London. With consistency, we can get there. It was a good game. Yeah, that was a game played in Fulham, right?
Yeah.
The 4-0 was in Fulham.
It was in Fulham.
Okay, this one says, are you guys going to talk about the players'
Oh, yes.
performance? Yes, we will. We will. This one, we are just warming up.
Relax.
Good evening, Joy Sports team. Charlie, I didn't go to church this evening, only to enjoy the show.
My God.
You see,
Wonderful.
You see, if God asks us about why we are letting you not go to church, we don't know have an answer to that.
But it's a different kind of evangelism.
There was a lady who was listening to the Champions League last year. Remember, George?
Yeah, I remember.
I think it was Ifia from Tema or
Yes,
something.
yes.
She said when she went to church, she'll be in church, but she'll have the earpiece in her ear, listening to us on commentary.
Just want to be sure about her
So
team.
you
She was
can
a
give to
Liverpool fan.
Caesar what is Caesar and give to God what is God.
She was a Liverpool fan. It was the night Liverpool did the thing
Did
against
the thing
Barca.
against Barcelona. Charlie, she said she had gotten to church, but she couldn't come out of
Did
the
you
car.
see Benedict that day? Charlie, Benedict lost his voice. Hans, Benedict lost his voice between 7:45 and he lost like
Charlie,
10 minutes after the fourth goal.
As for
In 5
emotions in
minutes.
this house,
No, don't try.
I know
You saw
somebody.
Sergio?
I know somebody. Oh, apart from Sergio, somebody else in this house who cried like a baby when it's.
Why
you mentioning
So when Benedict was losing his voice,
Charlie.
he cried. Oh,
No, listen, Oreku Ampofu has never bought an Apple laptop in his life.
Charlie.
The Apple laptop that his father bought for him,
just-
because of Barcelona, he used that Apple laptop to hit the table.
I don't know why we don't have that video. Oreku left the studio. Like, we're doing commentary. We're running
So
commentary.
relax. Here's what happened that day.
He left the studio.
So I'm coming outside from the office,
Okay.
and then when I use my car to open the door, somebody sobbing in some corner. It was dark there.
Sure.
So I turned on the lights. I see a young man sitting on the staircase.
He's crying. Bema Tintin Grammar.
Hey, he cried. Darling,
Ashesi University this year, pa.
he left the studio.
I'm like, oh, young boy, what's up?
Because of Barcelona.
He says Barcelona.
He said they scored Barcelona, so he cry.
Go.
Crying like
You
that.
know, man.
George, give me more comments.
You know what? Hey, okay, this one is loading. This one is loading.
Okay, so
Okay, so-
0244340437.
But-
now we've spoken about
We've dealt with Awal.
Awal.
Yeah.
Awal, I mean speedy recovery. You're not sick, but speedy
Yeah.
recovery
We-
inside
we
the
wish him
police.
well.
We wish you well.
See,
I wish him
the
well.
point he made about players on form, and Benedict kept on making this point that for this Black Stars call, the players who came in on form with what we're doing at their club level,
Yeah.
which was critical.
Yeah.
You take Richard Ofori
Yeah.
at Marisbeck United, 10 games already in the league, South Africa. He has 5 clean sheets. Gives you an idea of what he was doing already, because the league's just started. And if somebody has had 10 starts already, it's a big one. The Mohamed Salisu, yes, he didn't get to play, of course, but 13 games in La Liga, already scored a
He
goal.
was called up,
Yes, he scored up.
He was
Salisu.
on the bench.
Of course. You know him.
and we didn't even use him.
No, they're there.
No, I'm saying
No,
we
we
didn't
didn't
use
use
him.
no. We didn't
Charlie-
use
Salisu
Salisu-
understand
Salisu.
picked up an injury.
Yes,
If
he
not,
Yeah, he
picked up
picked
an
up an
injury,
injury, he would have
So we
played.
didn't use
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, if
We didn't
not,
use
he would
Salisu,
have
yes.
played, yeah.
But just to give you an indication,
great, huh?
13 games for Valladolid in Spain already. The starts. He's already scored a goal. Now, Andy Adam, 14 championship games this season, 1 goal, 3 assists.
Yeah, and the goal was an FA Cup game.
FA
played
Cup
against
game.
Swansea City.
Kasim Nuhu for Fortuna Düsseldorf, 8 caps. Okay, there he's got 7 Bundesliga games already with 1 goal. He's a defender. Joseph Edu, Celta Vigo, Spain, 12 La Liga matches this season. That means he's played almost every game.
He's played almost every game. The
He
game that
started
missed-
11 and
Yes.
He
And
was
the game
actually a
that
player of
he-
the month nominee for
Excellent.
for Celta,
And the
so.
game that he missed was due to an injury.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Now, Lumo Agbenyanu, he also got injured in the process,
Yeah,
but,
he got
but he 9 games in La Liga already for Mallorca and Spain. Yes. Thomas Partey, 12 La Liga game starts already. He scored a goal, yet to assist, but of course we know it's going to come. Alfred Duncan for Sassuolo in Italy, 8 Serie A games already this season, 1 goal and 5 assists.
Charlie.
Alfred Duncan. Now, Christopher Entry, the Padabum guy.
Okay, he arrived.
He arrived late, but I just
he's
want
likely to be part of the
Sao Tome game.
Okay, so I'm just trying to look at club level for Padabon. 13 games. We are talking about
so far.
1 goal.
Yeah.
So every player who came up now, Samuel Owusu, 13 games in the Saudi Arabian League, 1 goal. He's yet to assist. Jordan Ayew, 11 games in the EPL with Crystal Palace, 4 goals.
Yeah.
In this season. Andrew Ayew already. I mean, what he has done: 14 matches for Swansea this season, 5 goals, 3 assists, and man of match. About 2 or 3.
2, and also he was he EFL Player of the Month?
Yeah,
as
and,
well.
and vice captain.
Vice captain
Newly
in the
appointed
process.
Vice
Yes,
captain of Swansea.
Mohamed Kudus, 12 games in the Danish league. That's of course Nordsjælland, and 5 goals scored. You see, so
and Kudus is 19.
So I'm just
proper 19.
You see, and we can go on and on, but at least this time we could say that the players that were called
were on form.
Look at the book.
And you see, the difference.
And that's the difference.
You see,
that is the difference.
Andrea Ayew, I asked Andrea Ayew how important is it to have players playing regular football, and he made a great point about how, if you go back the times that Stephen Appiah, Suleiman Tari, Michael Essien, all of them were playing, he summed it up very nicely. That's just look at that time, the performance and how things were going. And until recently, when we were inviting players who were bench warmers, and you saw.
I hope he mentioned his own name.
Yeah, he mentioned his name as well.
So he knows that he was being called when he was not on form.
Oh,
did they?
And you know what? It's not just even about players playing regular football. Now let's look at it and just oppose that to the South African situation.
Yeah.
Our players came in on Monday. Monday, only 13 players turned up for training.
It was light training.
You understand? Of course, you
because
wouldn't
of
get
the
the
late
players.
arrivals and all.
10 outfield players and 3 goalkeepers. On Tuesday, they had to travel from here, stopped at Mankasim, and then Winneba. When they went to Winneba, there were other things that they did, and they trained. And most of the players had joined the team for the Tuesday training. And of course, with traveling from abroad to this place, there was no way if you're a coach, you let them do a very intensive training.
Sure.
So technically, they only trained for what? A day before the game. That was on Wednesday, their last training. Gary, so just imagine if these players were not coming from a place, I'm talking about their clubs that they are playing regular football, and not having enough time to train, what would have happened? Would have been disjointed in terms of play. Even their coordination wouldn't have been same. So the point is, the players getting regular playing time at their club level and not even training as much as they should have trained, and we all saw the result. They played against a South African team that most of the players play in the South African Premier League. Yeah. Some are coming from Sundowns, Kaiser Chiefs,
Orlando Pirates,
Bedvets.
Pesitao playing great football in Club Brugge.
Yeah.
And these are players that when there's a call-up and they have to train, they quickly will get them because they are always available.
Sure.
In our case, we'd have to wait for them to finish their leagues on international break before they come down. 1 day training, and that was my fear going into the game. And I mentioned
but
that
even in the first half, I recall that you mentioned a few times
that
on
1
commentary
day training
that you could tell in the first 15 minutes that we were a bit just disjointed.
because you look at the back four. This was the very first time they were playing together. At the last AFCON, our last game against Tunisia, we had a back four of Kasim Nuhu, John Boy. The right was Andy Adam, the left was Baba Rahman. But here we had Gideon Mensah, who was making his debut. So very first time. Joseph Edu and Kasim Nuhu playing together for the very first time. Because at the AFCON, the time Joseph played, Kasim wasn't around because he had picked up
2 yellow cards.
So it was Kasim and then Jonathan Mensah that played. And then you have a right back of Andy Adam. So for the very first time, we had 3 players at the back 4 playing together for the very first time. Wow. And then Baba Idris was in front of them, also playing for the very first time. And how difficult you think it will be for players playing for the very first time to have just 1 training session?
I can imagine. So the point is that
I
mean,
once you are playing regular football at your club, when you come and just look at Baba Idris. He played as if he's been part of this team for the last 5 years.
Charlie, was scary, eh?
Yeah, Charlie, the ball the guy played,
it was
The
I'm
only
like,
problem,
I just want to play
and you know
Black
what,
Stars
the
before.
only problem for him was that I think that they were not creating the channels well for him to lay off the passes. So he felt like he had to wait.
The thing
but
was,
he's a good player, very good player.
He wished he could have gone up front a bit more.
Yeah.
But he had to, offer that, protection for the back four, and he did so brilliantly. The game he played was mind-blowing, and it wasn't just about him. Look at Gideon Mensah. Gideon Mensah ordinarily, if his club had released him, wouldn't have been in this Black Stars team. He would have been in Egypt because he was part of the Black Meteors team. And the guy even got the opportunity to play because of the injury to Lumo Agbenyano. And see how well he does. Initially, when we started the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes when the South Africans took over, I mean, the communication between him and Richard Ofoye as well as the other players. And of course, you cannot blame him because it's the first time he's playing with the team. And the experience wasn't there because, it was his first time. But aside that, the boys that were given first time opportunity to play yesterday.
Well. Okay, Benedict, let's not belabor
Gary,
the point.
Before you go on,
Gary,
this one's
give
political. This one, before you go on, it's very important.
I'll give you the opportunity. Just so that we recap, 0244340437. We've spoken about the pitch invader, and on Twitter right now, it's trending. The hashtag is free Awal. So people are calling for leniency for the pitch invader, in the Ghana South Africa game. So you can check that hashtag out. The story is also on myjoyonline.com. The groundswell of opinion is building up that this guy is just a young 25-year-old student of he came from the northern region to come and watch the Black Stars, playing Cape Coast. Nobody is honest, and this is what I've seen honestly. The sentiment is not pandering towards saying that what he did was good, but rather tamper whatever. Now to the other bit that Benedict has been speaking of, that the debutants did well. Do you know that 12 players out of the 23 that went to the AFCON were not in the squad?
Exactly.
Let me give you their names. Lawrence Atizigi. He's in Sochaux now. They played 13 games and cup games, but he's played only 3. So that justifies the fact that he's been dropped. Baba Rahman, Mayoka. He signed a 1-year contract extension with Chelsea and they moved on loan to Mayoka. Injuries have derailed him, and so he's not. You understand why he wasn't picked? John Boy for Mets. He's not very liked in these parts, and so probably you understand that Kwesi Appiah did not want to call him because he wants to try.
And Gary, the thing is, especially when the likes of Joseph Edu are playing week in, week out, and we are seeing
the results
is watching.
Even though John Boy has played 9 of his side's 11 games, I think Kwesi Appiah feels more confident with this new Kasim Nuhu, Joseph Edu, Mohamed Salisu.
But Dusseldorf. Joseph Edu is playing Celta Vigo.
Yeah, I know. But John Boy is also playing for Mets. I'm just saying. Anyway, Jonathan Mensah also plays for Columbus Crew. He's been one of their players of the season, you must add. However, Kwesi Appiah didn't call him up. Joseph Atamalawe.
He came.
He
received a late call up because of an injury to a player.
So initially he was not in Kwesi Appiah's plans. Kodjo Asamoah.
His situation, of course, would need a bit more explanation and clarification from the manager because the guy is playing. And for us, what we know, the last time he came and played, he complained that he was played out of position.
Charlie, but you see this Kodjo Asamoah time.
And yesterday,
as talented as he is, Charlie,
you understand?
It's time to move on from Kodjo. Let's stop. Sometimes let's stop dilly-dally around it. The guy doesn't want to play for the Black Stars.
I don't think so.
Let me make my point.
We have to be fair to Kodjo Asamoah.
I will be very unfair to you. Allow me. I'm making an emphatic.
Okay, one at a time. Last week I got complaints that we Hans, Hans, your microphone is awful. Hans, I am requesting you to cease fire. Let me put on the microphone because I can't do the show alone. I'm moderating and I have to start one at a time. I said Kodjo Asamoah, I thought that we have to move on from him. You say that we are dilly-dallying and we have to move on because you think he doesn't play for the Black Stars. I'm giving you 1 minute to justify why you think he doesn't want to play for the Black Stars, because I've not heard anywhere.
Kodjo Asamoah doesn't want to play. It's as if he's told him something.
So he doesn't need to tell me. It's an expression of my own opinion.
Okay,
Hans, from where I sit,
yes,
I don't see a player who wants to play for the Black Stars.
Go ahead. Why?
Look, we saw Kojo Asamoah during I think he came back in during the final stages of the qualifiers.
Yeah.
We saw the form with which he came in.
Uh-huh.
We saw it output for the Black Stars.
Uh-huh.
We went to the AFCON. We saw it output. Prior to even returning to the team, we saw the effort he had to take to get Kojo Asamoah back. Kojo Asamoah is not the only Ghanaian player who has gotten injured on national team duty.
Or played out of position. Which is his main gripe.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So for me, maybe saying he doesn't want to play for the Black Stars is probably far-fetched. He probably also doesn't want to play under Kwesi Appiah, maybe. But
which is possible.
Which is also possible.
But let's concede.
No, okay,
I'm coming.
Okay, you let him finish.
But when anybody looks at Kwesi Appiah, when I look at Kwesi Appiah, and I've spoken to a lot of people, he doesn't look like a player who wants to play for Ghana. His club form, his output for club, and his output for Ghana,
body language, everything.
It's what informs my position.
Okay.
60 seconds.
Hans, you have spoken.
Yeah.
Benedict.
See, Kojo Asamoah, in our game against Kenya, that was the very first time he returned to the team.
Yeah.
And who was the manager? Yes, it was Kwesi Appiah that went to speak to him and he came back. Do you know Kojo Asamoah came to camp with an injury?
Yep.
Remember?
Yep.
That he did an interview and he came with an injury that our team doctor assessed Kojo Asamoah and confirmed that the man came with an injury. But he came because, yes, if I don't come and I stay there and I say I am injured, of course, you know the vibe.
Sure.
So our team doctor assessed Kojo Asamoah, and then there was an injury. You were not there, so you can shake your head. I was there. How is that not true? How is that not true?
Player comes to national team camp, says I'm injured. Goes back and immediately plays.
He
did not go back and immediately
play. He didn't say it was an injury.
No, he didn't go back and immediately play.
Please, it's not about raising your voice.
I'm not. I'm asking a question. Did Kojo Asamoah not return to enter and immediately play that weekend?
No, he didn't play that weekend.
That weekend he didn't play.
So that's your answer. He didn't play that weekend.
He didn't play that weekend.
He didn't play that weekend.
That is not true.
When did we play against Kenya? The man came, our team doctor assessed him. The man was injured. And he even played. Do you know that game he even played?
I know.
Kwesi Appiah played Kojo Asamoah in the midfield in the second half. That was the game we lost.
That's a contradiction.
Oh, listen.
Hans.
The guy came with an injury.
We need law
and said the guy came with an
contradiction.
injury.
No.
The guy came with an injury.
You can't only make your point.
The guy came with an injury, couldn't train the first day. Last day he trained, and the man gave him some few minutes. It's not like he even played the entire duration of the game. He gave him few minutes. Kojo Asamoah went back. Our game against Ethiopia, he couldn't come. He called him up for AFCON. Pre-tournament campaign, Kojo Asamoah was our best player.
Yep.
Which all the players agreed to. He was our best player during the pre-tournament campaign. Oti was there. Michael reported he watched the first game against Namibia. He reported that Kojo Asamoah was brilliant in midfield.
There are about two other journalists there who said the same.
I watched the game against South Africa. He was brilliant. He was our best player.
You had gone to Dubai.
Yes, I watched that game against South Africa. He was brilliant in midfield. And of course, Oti, I remember asked him in an interview that which position are you okay to play with? And Kojo Asamoah, in his own words, and I can quote, said, I am very much okay with every position that the coach wants me to play. You understand? Because I've played at left wing back, left back,
midfield.
and in midfield. And we all know Kojo Asamoah's talent. Then we go to the AFCON. And this, I always disagree with the coach. Because at the pre-tournament campaign, that's where, of course, you are putting together your team, the formation, the strategy you want to use for the tournament. And in that pre-tournament campaign, you use the player in midfield, which he excelled. Not just a game, 2 games at training, he excelled. And then you come to the tournament and you play him at a different position. How would you feel?
Okay, your point is.
How would you feel? No, just answer. How would you feel?
No, of course not good. And you know, I interviewed Kojo Asamoah.
You will never feel good.
Fine. I mean,
you will never feel good.
I know Kojo Asamoah's sentiment on it.
I've done preparations in this very
mentally.
area.
This is where you've been psyched out.
It's just like you're a presenter. You understand? You are giving your script for midday news, and you know this is what you are coming to read. And then you come to the studio, and then
at the last minute they give you something.
They give you a different script. How do you feel?
Yeah, I understand.
Although you try.
So Hans has made his point. Benedict, you've made your point as well. George, my view is that this whole Kojo Asamoah thing is becoming tiresome, and we're a country of 30 million people. As talented as he is, we can find somebody who can maybe not be as good as he is, but we can find 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 players who can do a decent job of. So mentally, let's move on from him And you know what I mean. What do you think?
Yeah, but this is my point. I'm looking at the experience of the player and what the player brings on board. And we also have to understand that for players, you can decide to play me at left back, but the conditions prevailing can make my job easier or more difficult. So even when a coach decides to move a player from one place to another, and we have seen this happen, the coach must also be able to answer the question about the conditions prevailing. I think that when we have put Kwadwo somewhere where he doesn't want to play, the conditions prevailing also make it difficult, and that's another one. Again, there are players who can go off color in the tournament, but it doesn't mean they are not good players. So we have to take a critical look at this one, because I was just having a look at Kwadwo Samoa's stats. I think you don't need a reminder. The player who's had 134 appearances for Udinese, that 156 appearances there for Juventus, is currently 42 appearances for Inter Milan, and already this season 32 with a goal. And you have such a player, I don't think anybody comes close in terms of the experience and what he can give the team in that direction. Unless Kwadwo Samoa says clearly that I don't want to play, there's no point saying that we should move on. You still have to get your best. I mean, this is my point.
Yeah.
Like, you still have to get your best. And normally what feeds out the media is different from what's actually on the ground. And that's why it's difficult to make emphatic statements here. You may look at it as a media man and say, oh, this guy's not coming. I mean, let's just forget about it, But maybe the issues on the ground are things that we can look at.
You see,
for me, I say this.
Yes.
If we can't get Kwadwo Samoa and create the conditions that will be favorable for the entire team and himself, let's go for him. But if Kwadwo Samoa comes out to say, I don't want to play under this man or this, then let's move on from him.
Yeah, I think that you and I are speaking the same language, but
yes.
we are putting it in different ways.
Yeah.
No matter what, we see how world class he is.
Yes, clearly.
That we cannot somehow, anyway, I don't know.
Accommodate him.
Thank you, that's the word.
Yes.
Accommodate him in whatever way. It's tiresome for me as a fan. I'm sure it's tiresome for the players who are called in, week out, and expect that, in our team we have our own Messi, our own Ronaldo, our own game changer, who can't come. Then in their minds they know that in his stead somebody else is there.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we can see
that is tiresome.
More shade. I don't know if you like the Mario Kart thing with
I think
Argentina,
that we find ourselves in a situation where we cannot afford to be looking back.
That's all.
No, but I don't think
I'm coming.
Keeping Kwadwo Samoa in your team is looking back. No.
Let me finish.
No,
let me tell you why.
When he says that looking back,
no, it's not looking back.
We are looking back.
No, we are looking back.
That's what we are doing.
If Kwadwo Samoa really wanted to play in these two qualifiers,
the Black Stars as a team is transitioning. And already we've made a mistake of not managing that transition very well.
That's true.
And that process is going to be longer than it should even have been. It should have started from when we failed to qualify from the 2018 World Cup. But we didn't. We took on players who were supposed to have left the team and allowed them to be part of the team up until this point. You see, we're all here talking about how well the debutants played and you know, how, you know, we've caught players who are on form and all of that. It's all well and good. We all need our best players to play for the national team. But you see, when I watched the game yesterday, and I don't know if that's what you saw, of all the things that we can talk about, what I saw most was commitment on the part of the players.
Precisely.
Absolutely.
All of them.
You understand me?
Yes.
In the game of football, where your skills and ability fail you, your commitment can carry you to beyond the finish line. You can have a group of very talented 11 players, and we've seen it. Hey, who did Argentina not take to the 2010 World Cup? You understand me? But
or the 3 or 4 Copa America.
Or the 3 or 4 Copa Americas. And you can have a team of very ordinary players who are very, very committed.
Like Zambia.
And we know how it ends up. Good, you reference Zambia. So we are at a point where we need to rebuild a Black Stars team. We've already delayed in that process. And we've got a situation where a player's body language suggests, okay, as people, I have my own opinion. Yes, people disagree. So let me assume that his body language suggests he doesn't want to play. Or he doesn't seem committed. From how you see it. For Christ's sake, when was the last time Kwadwo Samoa had a solid game that anybody can refer for the Black Stars? When was the last time Kwadwo Samoa had a game comparable to the games that we see him play for Inter Milan for the Black Stars? Someone will tell you, just
before
okay, he's talking about the preparation.
No, he's talking a competitive game.
Did he mention? He said when was the last time Kwadwo Samoa had a solid game for the Black Stars?
Okay, make your point.
So the point I'm making is that because of the stage where the team is, because of the need to rebuild the team, you cannot, be focusing on a player who is undoubtedly good, but doesn't appear to be committed to the national cause. What we need at this moment, one, fundamentally, players on good form. Two, we need a coach who is going to be very consistent with his call-ups. Let me reference Germany and Holland. They have similar problems that we have. They are at a similar point that our national team
transitions, yes.
You understand me? And look how they are managing. When Joachim Low calls up players, there's a certain degree of certainty about the players he's calling up. It is not the case of he calls this player today, the player comes and doesn't do and then he drops him. Call up players, stand by them.
Are you talking about Matra
Makwe? That's what we are doing. So you see, let Kwesi Appiah start calling up players, okay? Even if the player comes and has a bad game, you are so certain in your mind that this player is going to deliver for your team.
Show the quality.
He fits into your plans in the long term. Said that you can stand by him and say, look, he's had a bad game.
Yeah.
He'll come good. Call him for the next call up and call him for the next call up and call him for the next call up. Just as Vicente Del Bosque was doing with Michu when he was firing for Swansea and Fernando Torres when he was misfiring.
Okay.
Let's put a stop to this.
I think
today we call up this player. Gideon Mensah has had a solid game at left back for the Black Stars. Because someone will probably come and play at left back. If he doesn't appear to be committed, for me, the fact that he had to take Kwesi Appiah to go convince him to return to the national team itself is a problem. This is your national team. You have to be willing to see. We must have a situation when you are not called up. Call the coach and question, why are you not calling me up?
Okay, but Gary,
let's get commitment into the national team and stop this.
There's one thing
you want to play. You don't want to play.
There's one thing we have to realize, especially with the commitment that we see in the boys. I think the air taking the Black Stars is actually changing, and that's good because they are getting more contact, or they are getting into contact with the people who they know they are playing for now.
Yeah.
So I give Kurt the thumbs up for that. It may seem as it's just the hashtag, but going to meet the boys, going to Medina and meeting the people. This time when you're playing, on the minds of all the players yesterday, they were thinking about the boys they met days before, the young girls they met, the pictures they took with them. And I think we have to keep this ethic such that even if a player's commitment is in a balance, when you are dropped in this ocean, you would all of a sudden realize that the players are doing something on a different level. Yeah. So for me, it's critical the way we go about dealing with all of these things. I think that it's always the responsibility of a nation to try and get the very best out of its players, and it is the responsibility of the players to give their very best and make it easier to your national team. So I like the paradigm shift right now with the Black Stars, and I think we have to keep it. More of these. Let them see the people. Let them visit more schools.
Right, we have 30 minutes to go. Lots of comments coming in. Yeah. I beg you in the name of all things bright and blue that we may not be able to.
No, let's try.
0244340437. A quick 3-minute blitz of comments right now. Yeah. Godwin North Kaneshi says, Kwesi Appiah, did I hear you say Kwesi Appiah say he needs more time to build this team again? Then we should as well bring in Kotoko's coach Zacharias. He says something about Kwesi Appiah, but Josh, I think I can't say this.
Yeah,
right?
you can say it.
Okay, he describes Kwesi Appiah in a certain way.
Doesn't believe in systems because yesterday he said, I think it was something on the press conference.
Yeah, Kwesi Appiah. Okay, so Godwin also says Kwesi Appiah is a man who says he doesn't believe in systems. I was shocked to the core when Kwesi Appiah said that last night. My regards to my guy Benedicto. I want to see the creativity in Tariq Jibril bringing into the team. So we'll see about that. And Kwesi Appiah said that. Yeah. I have a couple of things Kwesi Appiah has said in the past week. That
you die.
Look. I can't think.
You just die.
Look, Kwesi Appiah was asked about
and that's why I said.
Kwesi Appiah said something about the AFCON.
If you listen to it, if you take it word for word. You are big. Let us manage to see the way
they ask you about AFCON and you say, Hans, you said, remind us of the quote. What did Kwesi Appiah say about the AFCON?
Which one?
Oh, he said the AFCON.
Oh, okay, good. He says we didn't disgrace ourselves totally. Okay, so it means we disgrace ourselves.
But not totally. You see, that's what I'm saying. That the Kwesi Appiah. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I've told you that now we probably have to organize a seminar for journalists and all of you guys, if you were going into a Kwesi Appiah press conference, because if you take it the way it is there, that's the problem you come.
Masterclass.
Coco said that for me, I don't believe in 433 or 2 hours.
Inshirado is the head of Joy FM Thought Leadership.
Yes.
You know, we normally have town hall meeting. We have one last time at the Alisa Hotel. Let's organize one for Ghanaian journalists, please. Joy FM Thought Leadership presents the Kwesi Appiah Communication Masterclass.
Yes, masterclass.
Where he's going to explain to us what he means
when he says something.
Can you look? Let's do something right now. Among the three of us, let's name one word each we know that in each press conference we'll hear from Kwesi Appiah.
The most important.
Oh, George. Okay, George, you have started. George, which phrases are we expecting?
I think personally the most important thing.
Oh, Benedict. George, I said mention one.
Okay, one. The most important thing.
Okay, Hans. What?
Is it the same thing?
The most important.
No. Personally. Okay, Hans.
I think personally.
Hans.
Gary,
May I have my own?
What's your own? You mention your own.
Automatically.
But see, it best fits everything he wants to describe for us to know. But Charlie, on a more serious note, let's look at this. I hope and pray that those of us here and our other colleagues will not repeat something we did after a game against Ethiopia when we started the last Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers in Kumasi.
I agree. I know where you are going, and I agree with you before you.
You remember in that qualifier, Coach Appiah, that was when he had come. Invited players that made their debut. If my memory serves me right,
basically he dropped big names.
Thomas Japan played, and he played very well. Ebenezer Ofori scored a screamer. That was when we discovered Lumo Agbenyeno, Raphael Jamana, and other young players. And then our next game, which we played, was against Kenya. We lost 1-0. We came back.
And journalists started coming.
This coach, Andre, Jordan, Asamoah, John Boy, all these guys are there. Why do you bring Ebenezer Ofori? These players, and they don't perform, and you are still keeping them.
Unfortunately, Kwesi Appiah listened to them,
and he dropped them.
And brought these.
So yes, I think.
But you see,
I know what you're saying. So wait.
Benedict, go on.
We've admitted here, based on the question that he asked, George should mention one phrase that you think definitely will come. We all know the deficiency.
But we are not supposed to manage because we are paying somebody.
Hold on. Yeah, we are paying him. We all know. Let me put it that way. We all know. So what we can do to help, because now he's our coach. He's not gone. His contract expires when? In December.
That's when you go.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I didn't sign it.
You don't know what to do.
So now he's our coach. So whichever way we think, or what we think he's lacking, that we can all help him with, is to give him the support. And the support I'm talking about is not for us to, let's say, if we go in a game against Sao Tome, which of course I know will win, but let's say if we keep these same players for a tough game and it doesn't go well, or
they have a bad day,
or a game that we think they should win and then it ends up in a draw or a defeat, please let's not come back and sit here.
For once, let me agree with Benedict. Let me add something small to it. You see, some of these things happen because we fail to manage expectations, or they fail to manage expectations. For instance, after failing to qualify for the World Cup, he comes in and says we are building a new team. Within a year, we move from building a new team to saying we are going to win the AFCON. So when you heighten expectations like that and you go and you don't meet those expectations,
it will beat you.
You have to expect a backlash.
That wasn't from the coach. The winning it
was from the coach.
No, it wasn't from him. No. It wasn't from the coach.
He bought into the rhetoric of politicians. Let's not get into that because I know what I'm talking about.
He was given a target.
But I am saying,
and if you are given a target, what do you do?
I am saying that let's make the point and let it, let every ear hear that the team is in transition. We are building a new team. A new team, at the very least, capable of taking us to the next World Cup, because that should be the target. We are late in respect of winning the next AFCON.
And do you know that's what South Africa have said?
Exactly.
That is why,
that should be the focus, so that when it keeps, for now, right now, what's the core of the Black Stars team? Name it.
We don't know.
We don't. So first of all, he has to build a core. Okay. Once we know the core, then you can begin to call maybe one or two players to add to it. You chop and change, but the core has to be built. That is fundamental. So let everybody understand, every Ghanaian must understand that from this point, whether moving forward, Kwesi Appiah is going to be the coach or another person is going to be the coach. The point is that we are rebuilding the Black Stars team. And the focus is to qualify for the next World Cup. Because if we don't, then well and truly, we would have retrogressed.
All right, cool. George.
But it's not easy.
We said we are going to read.
I mean, like, let's read comments.
No.
Let's read comments.
Please, let's read comments.
But the World Cup, they will try and qualify. But AFCON, you can't tell Ghanaians that it's
let's manage expectations.
We have to manage those expectations.
You see, it's important that for those of us who sit here, We have to manage
Qualify for
expectations.
World Cup, Ghanaians
That's what
will
the AFCON
understand.
there we will go.
They-
Look,
we want
two
to win it.
teams from
Guys,
East
Ghanaians
Group
going
are
to win
going
AFCON.
Fair enough. We have to manage the expectations,
yes.
but the same people that will sign the contract or give the coach a contract will put in his contract that go and win the tournament.
So,
And what do you want the
Ghanaians-
other
but
people
that is
following
why
to do?
we are saying it to
Uh-huh.
influence public opinion here.
Everybody, we don't
It
have
was
a team
done- it was
capable
done-
of winning the AFCON.
Do you know what the
Well,
Ghanaian?
Let's
See,
face it.
Benedict,
We don't have a
hold
team
on.
capable
Do
of winning.
we have a team
Right now,
capable of
right
winning the
now, we
AFCON
don't.
right now?
But let me tell you.
Well,
Gary,
now things have changed. You know that.
Yes.
Things have changed.
It's
And a
24
team-
teams and all that.
Yeah,
Gary.
things have changed.
Yeah.
Zambia went to the tournament not knowing.
Do
that
we have
No,
a team
no,
capable
you
of
see-
winning the AFCON?
we
You
can
see,
win?
yes, you
There's
see,
no-
and that's
we
the
can
thing.
win.
Gary,
So every
Guys, we
country
can
going to
win.
the AFCON can win.
Comoros,
You don't know.
Comoros beat Togo.
Every country going to the AFCON can
Comoros
win.
beat Togo 1-0 yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
They can win the AFCON.
Yes, of
Every
course.
team going to the
but
AFCON
we are
can
saying
win. Do
realistically.
we have a team realistically
Let me-
capable of winning the
let
AFCON?
me-
Why don't
let me
we
say
have a
this.
team that we can win?
Hans,
Really?
Let's move on from there.
No, me, I want
Otherwise-
to say this one because
Yes,
see,
George.
our own history suggests that when we think the Black Stars are not good enough, they go and do it.
Yeah.
And Ghanaians know this thing. See, in the DNA of every Ghanaian is that we have talent.
Charlie,
we
a
have
typical
players.
example is
When
2010.
did we think we were not good
No,
enough?
okay, yeah, well, we
And won the
I'm,
AFCon.
I'm saying that yes,
2010.
but in 2010 you didn't expect the team to be in the final, did you?
Did we win the AFCon?
They repeated the dose after all the troubles in 2014 and went to the final
Did
again.
we win the
Listen,
AFCON?
I'm making the point. Wait. In 2015, they went back to the final. The situation we have now is when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, because we have won it 4 times. It is a constant
George,
in
you
our
are-
minds
George,
that
haven't
we
won
must
it.
chase
George,
it.
you are
In
must-
39 years by the
George,
next
come here,
time.
Let me
there can never be a target of Germany going into the Euros and saying that for this our team we can't win it.
Yeah, thank you.
Nigeria can go. You see, there are some teams that are in a certain class
Especially
in the
especially
bracket.
when semi-finals has become
If
our
it's World
standard.
Cup, you see, if it's World Cup,
When
if
reaching
it's
the
World Cup, see,
semi-finals
I'm
has
coming.
become our
A team has
standard.
gone to the semi-finals from 2008 till 2017. Even in 2017, we didn't even believe them like that. In 2015, we thought we were going out. The team has the character to deal in a certain competition. Why we have lost out, it's just little issues, details, and we have to work. We know it. But no Ghanaian will go into AFCON and say we can
All
win
right,
it.
George, let's read
No.
our comments, please. It's
Oh, yes,
important.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm really sorry.
So John from
Yes.
Accra says, Kodua Samoa is not committed to the cause of the Stars. If my memory serves, he never came to help us in the World Cup qualifiers leading to Russia 2008. At the time, he had asked that he, because he was having injury issues. Perry again from Japan says, guys, let's leave those old guys for now. They were not ready to die for Ghana. Let Kwesi keep up with this crop. The old guys have played their part. Let's give these new ones too the chance. They were committed yesterday to turn the table around. Moving on to next comment.
No,
All right,
this
024434
one. No, this one. You have to read this one.
437. Kojo Dakon says 1. Well, the security officer should have at least shown good sportsmanship by helping their colleague back on his feet.
This guy. You should have left the guy, and then just help the guy back.
People are not people in this country. So you are saying that the fire service man who fell down, his colleague should have helped him
Hold on
up.
and help him up first. Then
Wha-
let's continue the chase.
While the
The
street
guy would have
lights-
run into the dressing room.
Can we spend the last how many minutes?
3 minutes.
3
Black
minutes to
Meteors,
talk about
uh,
the Black Meteors.
yeah,
Charlie.
Okay, the invader is an honest guy. We need more of his kind in Ghana. He honored his promise to his friends by doing something crazy, as he had earlier promised. 3. Pate should invite Awal for lunch and allow him to have a selfie after saying that Pate is the reason he invaded the pitch. Kojo Dako, thank you for your time.
Gary,
So-
let me say this one quickly. We have to say thank you to our technical men. They are listening to us, to
Charlie.
Mo.
Yeah, Mo and
Mo
Gozo.
and
They did a
Gozo,
great
they did a great
Yeah,
job.
they did a great job.
And then to your driver, DJ Nabi.
DJ Nabi. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So to Black Meteors, 3 minutes.
Charlie, they always want to do it the hard way.
Yeah, but I like the drama, mom.
Hey, you like
If they will do it the hard way and get us the results,
now? Do you know I've become so immune to criticizing the team, so I'm not going to say anything. The only thing I will say is that
to our so. To our so. Yeah.
My point to the Black Meteors in just 1 minute.
Yeah.
We haven't still hit the target. I'm
Sure.
happy that we are back in contention. We need to get the job done. So I am waiting that we win our game, the semi-final,
Whoever it's against.
whoever it's against, and then we go straight.
Hey,
Or we should know
hold
by
on.
now. It's Nigeria. Is it Nigeria? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's
What's the
confirm.
score?
Let's confirm
Okay, let's
that.
confirm the score.
Let's confirm that. But I mean, that's what I'm looking out for. And again, I like bring back the love. Black Stars are doing well, but it's AFCON qualifiers. We have always qualified.
Yeah.
I want you to win it.
Okay, Hans.
Yeah, final comment. I think that let's keep up with the team building process. Let the thoughts be about building a team that is capable of, challenging for the next AFCON naturally, because yes, when Ghana goes to the AFCON, we want to win it. For now, I don't think we have a team capable of winning it. But let's take these crop of players to the next AFCON. Let them gather the experience. Let's qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Let's get back to the next AFCON after the 2022 World Cup. And I believe we'll have a team ready to actually win it.
Well,
39 years after the next AFCON. That's a long time.
Has a question for you, Gary.
Yeah, sure.
Not for George, not for Hans, but for you. I've decided to give you the question and the answer.
Sure.
The question is, he says the question should be, do we have a coach to win the AFCON trophy?
Okay,
question,
so
yes,
that was going to be, I've allowed all of you to make your final submissions.
So let's get who's playing.
In my final comments, Kwesi Appiah has done great work for Ghana over 2 stints. He's played 47 games. Thank you, Kwesi Appiah, but goodbye.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kwesi Appiah. You've, at least in the final game against South Africa.
Is this a referendum?
I'll play South Tome. It's fine.
Is this a referendum?
Yeah,
No, this is not a referendum. This is a veto.
Yeah, I'm saying go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying thank you.
Don't worry.
We are on this show. We are judge and jury.
This is unanimous.
Unanimous. No, we have to take Benedict.
Oh, he agrees. I'll speak for him.
Alright,
Don't
so
worry.
semi-final, Ghana, Ivory Coast. No, you asked me to check.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Before you answer your question.
Don't worry. You answer the question.
Ghana, Ivory Coast, that's on Tuesday.
Okay,
and then
fantastic.
Egypt, South Africa. So likely
Who is South
Brilliant.
Africa?
Egypt, South Africa.
Egypt,
So
South
likely
Africa.
we can. You see what I told you
Can
about
beat
the South
Egypt
Africans
again.
last time.
Yeah.
Likely we can
Yeah.
beat Egypt.
Yeah.
That's
So,
if
Kwesi Appiah,
we beat.
awesome.
Well, Kwesi Appiah's contract expires in
No,
December.
no, that's not
just-
what we're asking you.
Uh-huh.
So when it expires, stay or go?
We say we don't want.
I
him
think
to
we
stay.
should use the last 2 games. We've played one. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
And we
Sao
should use-
Tome.
Yeah, we should
No,
use
don't ask Sao
South
Tome.
Africa and
No,
South
wait,
Tome.
Hans.
No,
South
don't ask Sao
Africa.
Tome.
Wait,
Then let's arrange a match
I'm
between
just
Black
looking
Stars
at-
and Kotoko.
You understand? And you know what? One day I would love for us to discuss this.
Yeah.
Even the number of years we give our coaches for Black Stars, 2 years.
Yeah.
Should it be?
No, but Black Stars. You see, if
You see,
we can give you
Because the 2 years, you know what? The 2 years you have
I'm sad
qualifiers
they're
and
asking-
I'm coming.
yeah.
The 2 years you have qualifiers and a tournament to play.
Sure.
We want you to build a team.
Yeah.
You understand? Is the 2 years enough? Avram Grant made a point to me.
We have
That's
to
Charlie. Okay, you let's leave
You
it. Let's
see,
leave it.
I'm
This will
sad.
definitely will
No,
discuss.
next week. I'm very sad you're
Look,
asking this question now, because in the 47 games Kwesi Appiah has played, the amount of time he has spent dilly-dallying.
Charlie.
Oh,
Charlie.
I
He
didn't
just not be
mention
decisive.
That's the point.
But I'm saying that.
No,
I'm saying that
Okay.
whoever comes in.
Ben,
Yes,
I can give a direct question.
Milovan Rajevac.
I can give a direct
We
answer.
gave him the 2 years too.
See, I can give.
We
You
know
see,
what he
but
did.
I'm saying I can give a direct answer.
Djokovic.
The Black Stars is delivery points. Black Meteors, Black Satellites,